Good evening, everybody. 8 more days until Bolivia goes live. I had a little glitch this morning trying to load it up. It wouldn't. I got timeouts several in a row, reported it to the devs, and shut everything down. The live game would load, but I can't go to the Bolivian live game. I can only go into CBT. I don't know. I kept getting a server timeout. And then when it started loading the last time, 20 minutes. Just sit there loading and nothing. But anyhow, we're good now. We'll see what happens. But welcome. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go some of these offside waterways and see what we can find. You know, we went this way and came back down in here, and that's where the wrecked ship was. I just posted a video, or it should be uploading now on YouTube, about the sunken ship, and 2 more really nice cats I caught out in here. So hope you get a chance to watch it. And then I did a 30-day challenge, and I will upload it when the one about the 2 nice cats and the wrecked ship, whatever you want to call it, gets done uploading. So we're going to get in the boat. Hello, Rock. Awesome. Good fight, though, wasn't it? Yeah, good fight. I remember the first beluga I caught. It wasn't a big one, like 90-something pounds, but good mercy, I thought I had a whale on there. And then when it came on, I realized I did have a whale. So we're going to see what we can find down these side waterways. I forgot I got my motor sound all turned down so I can hear what's going on without having to hear that motor running. You let it go, right? See, I had a lot of money and I cheated. I kept the first one. Well, I didn't keep the first one, but I caught and kept 4. And that's not bad. That's pretty good. It's not huge, but it's not bad. Let's see what's up here at the other end of the big island. So anyhow, I kept 4 of them so I could take a picture of my keeper with the 4 beluga in it. So I had to swallow a $100,000 fine. But you know, you do things just to have fun. Well, the thing is, if you leave and go for tarpon, it costs you money. You're going to get XP there, and get that XP, help you level up. Because if you want to get to Maku Maku, you got to be, is it 54? I think 54 or 50. I don't remember. It's been too long. But if you catch them, you're only going to catch them for a while, and then you can catch the Wells catfish and some other stuff there that you can get some money with. What have we got here? I think I caught something there yesterday. Let's see what it is. It is a trophy, a papa, early morning. Well, let's see if we can catch something with a different bait. Let's try that. See, what have I got on here? Might as well leave it down, doesn't matter. What have I got on there? I've got some rubber tree seeds and a 3/0 hook. Let's see what develops. So you can't fish right up next to that stump sticking up. There's a rectangle around it that won't let you. Let's try it right over here by these bushes. I don't know who Train is. There's nothing in it, no chat on Train. I tried to set up yesterday evening OBS, excuse me, Streamlabs OBS with notifications and all those widgets and everything, and didn't have a whole lot of luck. So I'm back on just regular OBS. I'll have to get Brett down here when he wakes up. I'm sure he's awake by now, but I'll have to get him down here to help me because some of the alerts, like followers and subscribers and whatever, they work when I test them, but they didn't work when I tried them in the game. So things happen. Good morning, viewers. Jump on in the chat if you would be interested. I like to talk, as you know. That's probably a red belly. They like them nuts. No, it's a bicon. Okay, we know there's fish along the edge. Let's try this one. We're just trying to see what we can catch where this morning. I'm just going to run down the tributaries and see what some. Looks like there's a little current there today. See the water, see this moving along here? But my boat's not. Oh, I got the anchor down. That's right. They may have added some current. But what's funny is, good morning, Wolf. How you doing? And welcome. There is a rule of fluidics. If you have a tube, your along the edges it has a zero velocity, and as you get towards the middle of the tube from either side, your velocity increases. Maximum velocity is the center of the tube. That's fluidics. That's your physics lesson for today. So if there's movement along the shore, there should be movement out here, but I can't tell. What do we got here now? Oh, cool. Cool, cool, cool. I'll mark that one. 525, I guess we'll call it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Those are hard little fish to find. Warning. There we go. Okay, good deal. Mm-hmm. For real. You've got to see this boat, man. You really do. This is the new boat. Let me get rid of my rod. It comes here and make a. It's got a little trolling motor, a little outboard motor on it. It'll only go 26 mile an hour top speed, but this is the coolest thing. You know, in the bass boats, all you get is that red and orange or black and orange lights run up and down. With this full speed, you can see the topo at the bottom of the river, the bottom of the water. You can see the fish, like I say, at full speed. And here's what I like. I'm gonna mess with it. So I'm gonna let it pull about 4 times, and then watch it. I'm doing this on purpose. Now hit it. Boom. Started by pushing down, holding down on the left mouse button. Okay, I'm gonna run on down the river. Now, the bad thing is when you reduce the speed of your motor back down to here, it cuts it off. You can't troll with it. You put a rod out and you can't control. See, there's fish right on top of the water. Let's see. They should be behind this. Let's get a rod with a lure, top water lure, and see what we can do. Here we go. See, there's a pier. Cool. They were behind us. There we go. Put the rod out. Number 6, wasn't it? Number 6, 6, 6, 6. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Now, it's just like a real depth finder. It'll show you where the fish are. You still got to catch them. It ain't going to put them on the hook for you. And I haven't figured out yet whether they are in front of, beside, under, behind the boat. Hadn't figured that part out yet. But I will, somehow. Probably the easiest way is find an underwater structure and cast a bottom, where it's got a pretty good hump, and cast a heavy lure, bottom rod, cast it out there, and then drag it up and over and down, and that way I can tell when it sinks as to where it is in relationship to the boat or to the trolling or to the depth finder. But it's cool. I like the boat. So I've got enough open water here I can speed it up and show you. I want to see if I can catch one of those fish. They look pretty good size. Of course, just because they're there doesn't mean they'll bite, hit a lure. I sure like this acid buzzbait with that rattlesnake on it. The only time you can get that rattlesnake worm is 4th of July. You get it from firing cannons or raising a flag. Sometimes you get nothing. Sometimes you get fireworks. Sometimes you get a lure. And I got a couple lures. Good morning, Hillbilly. I got a couple lures that I lost. It's a red and white striped jerk bait. I overdrug, set my drag too high, put on a new rod, and lost them. Oops, I heard a hit. Here we go. See what we got here. But man, Wolf, there are fish everywhere here. A papa, that's one of the new species here. But there are some monster fish here. I caught a 174-pound red-tailed catfish the other day. I caught a 100 and I forget what last night. I put a video up on YouTube. Same channel as I am here, Double Talk 73. But I also, on that video, we went down the tributary to the wrecked ship. And somebody said you could go inside the ship and there were surprises in there. Well, the surprise was I couldn't get in the ship. Surprise, surprise. One more cast. Then we're going down the street. Move on down the road. Anyhow, couldn't get in the ship, but we walked around it, looked around it. Now, if there are supposed to be surprises in it, where they might be is in the live version of the game when it's released in 8 days. We'll just have to see. Oh, and Wolf, we got sunglasses now, or will have when it's released. They don't. It's not like you can see underwater or anything. but it cuts the glare. I put my shades on. Where's the sun? See, there's shades on. Can't really tell a whole lot of difference right now. Although it's easier on your eyes to look at your monitor. And it darkens the monitor up where I might not have as much glare on my glasses. So let's move on down the road. This time I'm going to start my motor. I'm not going to mess with it. We'll just try to start it. There we go. Okay. Yeah. I don't know when they're going to release it. There's somebody walking. I'm going to tell you something. You can walk forever down the banks on this thing too. Forever. Okay, full speed. Watch the depth finder. Is that not cool? I'm not a good boat driver, so when I get on these small tributaries, I got to slow down. Oops, that's the end of it. That's all it's going to let me go. See if I can get down. See, I pushed my motor down slow, and it quit on me. So I'll tell you what, let's do. Let's put a rod out here with a float on it and see what we can get. Now here's one of the best new baits down here, freshwater crab. It'll catch just about everything here. Can't fish right up next to them stumps and logs though. There's a rectangular area around them that's won't let you do it. And if you're dragging your lure, say I cast the lure on the other side and drag it past it, when it gets to where that rectangle is, it shows it hung up and it slings the lure on the other side. Well, them piranha sure do like them crabs. So are the silver croakers. The silver croakers are going to be the... Nope. Too much leader. Try 35. Like the piranha are the pesky fish in Maku Maku. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I like crab too. I like snow crab. And then pull that meat out. Oh yeah. Anybody, I don't know if you was here when I told a story about I used to do baseball card shows, and I had one in outside of Knoxville, and we stayed at a Holiday Inn, and we went and set the table up on Friday morning, and after the show was over at 6 o'clock, we went back to the Holiday Inn, and they had a seafood buffet there in the restaurant that night. Well, usually motel, hotel, rest, they're not the greatest of food, but we thought, we'll go look at it and give it a try and see what they got. Well, they had crab legs down on a table. I mean, just piled up. Just boiled crab legs. And they were cold. So my son, Kelly, it was Kelly, he was about 9 or 10 years old. He liked crab legs too. So we ate crab legs and ate and ate and ate. My wife ate a little bit. We had a stack, I'm serious, from the table, the table about this long, from the edge of the table to the middle. We had a stack of empty legs, empty shells, about this high. Oh man, I never ate so much crab in my life. It was so good. It was like $9. Of course, that's been a bunch of years ago. It was like $9. And, oh, wow. I said, we need to have cars show up here more often. Let me see what the devs have got going on. Okay. I had trouble earlier, like I said. And Big Daddy said that they're working on it. Said just hang tight and have some coffee. But I told him that I was back on the game and streaming right now. So no, I couldn't. Oh man. I have my wife has an uncle in Memphis that used to be a bond salesman, stocks and bonds, and he made most of his deals out on the golf course. But anyhow, his company had a membership to the Colonial Country Club there. That's where they play the FedEx Open and all this stuff. I mean, it's mucka. So they were having a seafood buffet, and it was like, I don't know, 150 bucks a head. But since they had a membership there, we got to go for nothing. So there was me, my wife, he and his wife, and then my wife's grandmother, which is his wife's mother. We go there, and we go in, and we get us a table, and we sit down. Well, they said there's the dinner is served. We go through the double doors into a gymnasium. I mean, a full court gymnasium, and they had down this side was plates and silverware and whatever. And down at the end, all the way across in that gymnasium, was crab legs, crawfish, and what else? Shrimp. Crab legs, crawfish, and shrimp. Okay. Well, the crab legs are in the middle. So I didn't, that was okay, but I went on down there. Good morning, Killa. Yeah, there really is. There really is such a thing as freshwater crabs. You can catch them down in Georgia, down in South Georgia, the creeks that feed into the Gulf. You go just along about any bridge inland and put your crab net down, and you can get freshwater crab. But anyhow, so I passed all that by and go down the other side. I got me some roast beef and some ham and new taters and peas and whatever, potato salad. And then I got to what was drumsticks. I mean, drumsticks, buddy. They were huge. So I got me two of them. I thought, whatever. I don't want to have to come back because it was a big, long line. So I go sit down at the table and started eating. So I chawed down on one of them drumsticks, and I mean that drumstick. And I got to the middle of it. It had two bones. They were twisted like this, two bones. And I said, these are really good, but this is the weirdest looking drumstick. I didn't know turkeys had two bones in the leg. And my wife's grandmother, she just cackled. She started laughing. And I said, ain't you never seen drumstick with two bones? She said, those are frog legs, Bob. I said, frog legs? She said, yeah, frog legs. Frog legs. I'm sure they're farm raised. Biggest frog leg I ever seen in my life. Pretty good, but I only ate one. So, an experience. But that was, well, you talk about opulence. The clubhouse there, whew, that was something else. But to have a buffet in a gymnasium, and all down this other end was cakes and pies and desserts and everything. It was just something else. Experiences, things that you don't forget. You don't forget the good ones. You don't forget the bad ones, and you just hope that the good ones far outweigh the bad ones. That's all you can do. Pick your feet up and go on. Yeah, I agree, Hillbilly. And then we were headed out of town. They tasted good, but the reason I didn't eat the second one, I was full. If they'd have let me, I'd ask for a dinner bag to take with me. But that wasn't happening there. I mean, all the waiters and waitresses, the waiters are in, dark suits and bow ties and whatever. Hello, Frank. How you doing, buddy? Good morning. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. But anyhow, and the waitresses were in fruffy Philly dresses and whatever. I mean, it was a highfalutin place. But anyhow, we stayed there a couple more days visiting, and then we were headed out of town, and there was a seafood buffet restaurant on the way out of town. I said, I know a couple exits outside, east of Memphis on 40, and I said, you want to get some lunch? And my wife said, yeah. So we stopped there. They had frog legs there too. Boy, those piranhas love them crab. So we went in there, and they had the frog leg. Now they had everything labeled, so they had frog legs on the buffet. Now they were only about this long and about this big around, so I got me 4 or 5 of them. Now they weren't breaded; they were just deep fried. They were okay, not as good as that, but pretty good. I mean, if I go somewhere now, I won't turn down frog legs because I know what they taste like. Everybody says it tastes like chicken. No, it's like people eat gator tail. They say it tastes like chicken. No, gator tail tastes like gator tail. Frog legs taste like frog legs. Now the funny thing about it, if that's current, my bobber should be moving. Even slowly, it should be moving. Yeah, high class. But in my yeah, like the jumping frogs of Calaveras County. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Trophy red eye. We'll mark that one. Thing looks kind of weird, doesn't it? What time we got here? We got 6:40 a.m. We're putting marks here so that all the other people, the testers here, can find these fish. See, I had a 3/0 hook on it, didn't I? Yep. Pretty sure I did. That'll put it there anyhow. Yep, 3/0. Okay, let's move on down the road. See what else we can find another tributary. Oop, gotta start my motor. Unless I want to roll. I don't think it's ever started on the first pull. I had an old motor like this. I'm sorry. I look at now. This thing turns pretty good. It's got a better turning radius than a bass boat. Okay, let's go down this side and see what's here. I like that rock. I like that rock. Let's see what's there by that rock. Yeah, I went to a yard sale and bought a flat bottom boat. Excuse me, I gotta blow my snozzer. It was on a trailer, green, and the inside I thought it was painted black. You heard what I said, thought. And it had an old Sears Wizard motor on it. Now, they quit making them, I think, 1953 or 1954, somewhere along in there. And, well, good morning, Big Daddy. How you doing? Hey, Wicked. You already said you wasn't going to drink it. I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I got to get a CT scan tomorrow. and see what might be wrong with my kidneys. Hey, you know, when you get older, things start going wrong. You break easier. But hey, Lord will take care of me one way or t'other. There we go. What we got here? What we got here? There we go. Oh, you got to see this. I can't get any closer. Let's see if I can swing around and get better light. Look at the colors on it. Is that not a beautiful fish? That's just absolutely beautiful. That's I think, one of the prettiest fish in the game. I like this one. I like the jacunda, and I like the golden tench. Yes, it is a pretty fish. I like, and they get big here too. So I'm glad I stopped here. See, now I can't fish right up next to the stumps, but I can fish right up next to the rocks. Strange. A lot of fish activities or something down there. Let me tell you about sending stuff. Wicked and I was talking yesterday, and I told him, I sent you a whisper. He said, sometimes when you send me a whisper, see, I'm in the U.S. and he's in Scandinavian countries. He said it takes up to 10 hours for him to get it. I didn't say hello Siri. Up to 10 hours for a whisper to get to him. He said if you want to send him a message, send him a DM on Discord. I said, yes, sir. Let's see if I can cast beyond that and bring it right up next to it. I like this too. When I'm fishing and I zoom out, I can still reel and the zoom stays there. That's pretty cool. And not only that, check this out. I can clip a float. I can clip floats, bottom rods, uh, casting rods with lures. You can clip all of them, which makes it that's nice. You don't have to aim a blue circle every time you want to cast out somewhere at the same place over and over and over. If you're fishing good and heavy and catching fish. Let's put the leader a little farther down and see what I can do. Try 55. Oops, don't have to do that, forgot. Here we go. Dead on it. Can't be beat. I love it. Well, thank you. Oops, can't read and fish. Oop, this is a little bit bigger. What is it? What is it? Not too much bigger, but it sure took off like it was bigger. Let's try this side. Doom, 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 doom. Now that's what you call getting next to the rock. I want to tell you something. The devs have done a wonderful, wonderful job with building this waterway. Now, don't get me wrong. We found bugs. That's part of programming. But the bugs, most of them are insignificant. They're just like in the chat. There was one brought up this morning that when it shows the chat, it says there's 3 in a room or 2 in a room, but yet you open up that room and there's 4 in there. You know, little thing. Um, the worst thing that happened to me Yes, it did. Because I didn't have my boat, I had to anchor down. That's why. Uh, that didn't take as long. Now the 174 footer, 174 pounder I caught the night before that I didn't have on video. I had my anchor up and it run me all over the lake and then over by the shore and a log. It got up in there and it was running the other way and it got out 200 something feet. Z was watching me then, but I got out 200 something feet and then finally it pulled my boat back out and I was able to get it in. But if it was that was a fight. It was fun. I like catching big fish. I like catching little fish. Now, Big Daddy, you do good. Anybody, just about 100% of the people that are in my chat room, I'd say 99% anyhow, I would recommend people to follow them. They're good people. And the ones that aren't, they don't stay around long. They come and they leave, or they come and they open their mouths wrong and they get banned. That's it. It's people like Hillbilly that watches this with his children. That's that's what I like. Now look at that. That thing looks like that's not a dragonfly. That's an eagle or a dinosaur. It's a pterodactyl. Whoop! There it goes. It tore its dactyl. But if y'all get a chance, go over to. Oh, I got to tell you, a milestone for me, a real milestone. I hit 1,000 subscribers this morning on YouTube. I never would have thunk it. I've been on YouTube about a year and a half, but I never would have thunk it for real. I try to put out information that will help people and try to make it easy and simple and learnable. And 1,000 subscribers. I just blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. Like I said, for me, that was a milestone. 100 was a milestone. Thank you very much. But like I said, who'd have thunk it? Well, who'd think that in 31 days I'd have 220 something on Twitch? Same thing. I know a lot of people from Facebook have found me. I mean, not Facebook, from YouTube have found me here, but still. Of course, like yesterday, Big Legit rated me with 45 people, and of those 45 people, 14 of them subscribed or followed me. That was pretty cool. I told him thank you. I tell you that. Thank you, Wolf. Whoops, there it goes. Looks like a piranha. No, another red peacock. Yes. Let me show you. Here's one of the bugs in the game. You see, I've got my, I don't know if they fixed it yet or not. We're going to find out. I've got this is my favorite float. I use it daytime, nighttime, all the time, everywhere around the world. See it swimming? That's what it's supposed to do. It'll move that bob around and swim around until something finally, you hear something hit it, it'll move, 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 hit it again maybe. But then when that bobber stops, that fish is going to get it. That's real life. That's the way to do. If you fish with bobbers where there are predatory fish, like bass or something like, see, stopped. Bam, there it goes. That's the way it works in real life. That's pretty cool. Okay, piranha eat anything. Okay. Now here's one of the new bobbers. It's called a Waggler. I'm gonna put a Waggler on. That's a slide. Let's put a heavy Waggler on. And it doesn't matter, it doesn't seem to matter whether you put a slider or a Waggler on, and they're heavy. But a bobber is supposed to act as a bobber. Still got a minnow on there, but it doesn't move. That's something they're working on. See how slowly it's just essentially not moving. Hey hey Z, good morning to you. Oh, it's moving a little bit. They've been working on it. I told you they've been working on it. The devs on this game they're awesome. I mean, I can't give them enough credit. That was something somebody was really talking about 2 or 3 days ago, that with the sliders and the wagglers, that live bait would not move. It is moving now. So they've, in this last update, they've made some more corrections. Okay, thank you. I see it up there on a whisper. Oh, that reminds me, everybody, we got 14 people here right now. This Saturday at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, Z is hosting a private competition, custom competition, that will be private at San Joaquin Delta, and it's just biggest fish. Ain't no all you can catch, most you can catch, or whatever. It's just biggest fish. And if you get a chance, and you're on a little while before the competition begins, wow, something hit it good. You see the blue along the bottom? And ask me, I'll send you the password. But like I said, you need to be one of our either mine or Z's or Mike's or Wicked's or Heinrich's, one of our regular followers. Because it's just our way of saying thank you to the people that follow us. So follow and come and join and have some fun. All righty, a red trophy. Okay, so it's moving. It obviously was moving. So let's go back to our crab. I like the crab. I like the crab. Oops, didn't put it on there, did I? There we go. Okay, put your rod up. Get the anchor up. And let's move on down the road. I don't think the thing will ever start first time. Maybe you have to hit that green line. I don't know about that. You hear my bait? You hear that? I don't know if you can hear that. Usually when you're driving down, got a boat, and you forget to pull your rod and reel up out of the water. That's what you hear. You hear it behind you. Oh man, that was the last piece of bait I had. Okay, you know what? I want to go back. I want to go back to that little tributary that just went off. In this one, you cannot. Now, in a bass boat, I control in it, but I cheat. I put the trolling motor out and throw my lure behind me, throw it behind me, and then turn back around this way where I can see where I'm going and troll it behind me and just have the motor run slowly. But as far as actually trolling the way you're supposed to, it's not set up that way yet. I think it is in the fisherman, but not here. So we have some things better here. They have some things better there. Let's try these. I tell you, we don't have lily pads. Well, I tell you what. Let me give you a link You're going to love this. This is one that we could set up. There's your link. That tells you where every fish is there and where they hang out. How's that? Does that help? It should. I'd give anything if I had that link when I first started playing this game, because I didn't have a clue about nothing. I mean, nothing. So I hope that helps. That's what I like to do. I like to help. Gonna unclip it. Whoa. Kind of threw that one too far, didn't I? Try it again. There we go. We actually hit water that time. And I want to tell you something. That's over 4 feet. Well, it isn't. Where'd my bottle go? Oh, that's right. I got a Waggler on it. They're harder to see. Harder for me to see. I'll put my other bobber back on. When you buy the fisherman, you're supposed to get, keyword there, supposed to get all the DLCs that come with this game. But I don't. This is what I've been told. But my understanding is very good. You're welcome. You don't get them all. They still want you to buy other DLCs for different parts of the game, upgrades. But it came out at $50, and I was searching the internet for something and found different sites where you could buy the code to open up the fisherman for $6.95. Well, I didn't think that was right, so I reported it to the developers. First time I spotted them, and they said they appreciate it, but it's all over the internet with different codes at different pricing, from $7 to $19, where you could open up the fisherman, and that's not a game I play. I don't mean the fisherman's not a game I play. I don't play. I will not pay you for a code that I should have bought, where the people that developed the game should get the money. Now, if they want to sell the code for $7, I've got no problem with that. And if I want to play that game, I'll buy that game. But I'm not going to buy it from John Q. Citizen when he pockets the money, because he's got the code. You know, that's like, I could probably sell the code to get in here for testing. Wouldn't do it for the world, believe me. But I'm sure there's a lot of people that like to have it. And that'd be the end of me testing. So the little bit of money that I would make is not worth, it's just not worth it. To me, this is fun. I get to try something before the rest of the world. What is that worth? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not rich. I'm not independently wealthy or whatever. Essentially, yeah. And they have rod holders on the boat. I've never played it, so I don't know. But they have rod holders on the boat, and you control. And I think they have one or two more waterways and a couple extra fish that we don't have on the regular Steam version, the live version that most of y'all play with me now. But oh, look at that! That's my color. Y'all know I like that neon green. That's my color. I'm gonna take a picture of that. Oh, that was so pretty. There was a cross guard at school zone yesterday. I was coming. Where's that coming from? Monday. Monday. I'm sorry, it was Monday. And he had on that, the bright green vest, and he had on shoes that were that neon green. And I pulled up beside him. I said, "Man, I like your shoes. I love your shoes. I like that color. That's my favorite color." And I said, "But I can't find them." And he said, "They're all over Amazon." I said, "Man, I wear a size 14 4E." And he just looked at me and smiled. I said, "They ain't that big on Amazon." Now, if I wanted to pay $200 a pair, I can go to Nike.com and design my own shoes. But it's not worth $200 to me to have something like that. But there was unlimited license. Correct. Thank you, Wolf. I appreciate that. I'd forgotten that part. Yeah, you got unlimited license, but you still got to level up to get there. Okay. But there was a young man that played basketball here, and I knew he was going to go to college, and I thought for sure he will probably play pro ball somewhere, either in the United States or overseas or South America. His name is Abdul Elijahwan Adu. He's from Ethiopia. Ethiopia? Yeah, Ethiopia. He was 6'11", 230 pounds in high school. Well, he's 6'11" now and 260, 265, and graduate this year from the Mississippi State. One of the most polite young men off the court you'd ever want to meet. It's yes, sir. Yeah, they all call me Dad. I went to high school with somebody. All the foreign kids, the students that came there, called me Dad. And he said, "Yes, yes, Dad. Yes, sir. Yes, sir." Well, I went to Nike. The shoes he had, they were just shoes. You know what I mean? They were the ones the school provided. And I felt like he needed something to make him more special. Well, that's nice too, the premium. That I don't know. That I don't know. How come? It looks like Wolf may have the game or studied it, but I don't know. But anyhow, I went to Nike.com and designed him a pair of shoes. He wore size 19 shoes. And I had the colors that he liked. I'd found out from other people the colors. I had the shoes colored to color. And then on the back of the shoes, where the tab is, under that I had AAA put on the shoes for his initials. Wicked's got it all figured out. We're not catching any fish here, are we? Let's try it out in the middle. Way out in the middle. Oh, I see them trees down there. I've tried fish around them trees. Okay, buddy. Take care. I hope that helped you. Catch you a bunch of fish. Keep that link if you ever run out of money. You can always go back to Texas because you'll have some red worms or bread, and you can always build your money back up. Yeah, Wicked's got it all figured out. Let's move on down here to this. See, this is where a trolling motor would come in handy. If I had my trolling motor, I could just go right on down there and get by that tree stump sticking up. Because I like to fish around something. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I try to be. I try not to offend anybody. I'm just a blind old man that likes to fish. I keep telling everybody, I'm not blind. I just can't see. Can't see out. I'm blind in one eye. Can't see out the other one. Let me show you about this. See that? See, I can't fish right up next to it. I can't cast through it. I get as close as I can. I think I can get a little closer. Did you see that? It threw. Did you see what that line did? It threw it back at me. It will not let you get in there, but that's okay. Here, fishy, 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 fishy. Here, we're going to try a lure on me on this stump because I see some stumps behind it sticking up in the water. Fish like structure, real life, and they program the games like real life, they like structure, and structure can be anything. Around here, when they flooded the Tennessee Valley, built the dams, and they flooded a lot of area for the lakes to back up the water for hydroelectric. A lot of what they covered up was roads, fence rows. Okay, buddy, enjoy. I guess it's your dinner time, isn't it? Or supper time, whichever you prefer to call it. Wicked says it's dinner time. South, we say it's supper time. It's time to eat. Say, what's up? Yep, time to eat. But enjoy, Frank. Anyhow, there's, yep, dinner time. There's road beds, there's fence rows, trees, uh, a different wicked. Good morning. Well, you'll be wicked number 2. Is that all right? Or let's make you wicked number 3. Number 2 is not a good number to use, is it? There you go. Is it rain? Is that the way to pronounce it? Rain? Okay. I'll do my best to try to remember that. Because I know we got one wicked here and he's a Viking. Viking, so I'll try to remember rain. Okay. Let's try our lure down across there. I was going to enter on the live game the carnivores down in Maku Maku, and I forgot. And I was trying to work on OBS, Streamlabs OBS last night. Rain. There you go. Like I said, I'll try to remember that. It's like there's a gentleman on here. It's ALE, and I said, "Is that Ali?" And he said, "No, it's like ginger ale." Ale. I said, "Okay, I can remember that. I like ginger ale." Oops. See? Did you watch that? It jumped over that rectangle. A lot of times when it gets to it, instead of jumping over, it shows it hung and then spits back. Boy, Siri, Siri got all things going on this morning. If you have, are you talking about bass? What are you looking for? Down in Texas. Texas, Texas. See if I can get to jump over that tree. Hung up? Watch the lure. Oh, oh, I know what I can do. I can zoom out there so you can see it better. See, some of the parts of the game are just fun to do. Just to do them. Or just to try things different. Okay, the grass pickerel will bite on redworms, and the buffalo bite on semolina balls, I think is what it is, or semolina. I caught a fish trying to get it to jump. A trophibiata. Okay. Oh, really? Well, congratulations, I think. You know that's not meant in a derogatory manner. But Rain, you have a wonderful feller there. He's pretty smart about this game. He knows a lot more than I do. But see, that's the difference between somebody that will investigate. I'm glad you think so. I know he spends a lot of time on here. He like me. He doesn't shut it down for just about any time, day or night. I come on and I see him on the sidelines, idle. But he's helped teach me a lot. He helped teach me a lot. And other people here in the stream too, because they've asked questions. Hey, OG. Well, I've told people that I had an electronics supervisor when I worked at the bakery when I was an electronics technician trainee that said he never shut his computer off at home. Never. He said it's like a car motor. The hardest thing you can do is start it. And a computer, he says, is the same thing. When you shut down a computer and crank it back up, it's extremely hard on your hard drive and system to go from nothing to spinning up. If you leave it spinning, if I remember right, it's in the morning. Uh, Wicked, did you ever set up the other link for that spreadsheet? I mean, I can get it. That might help you as well. Let me see. It'll take me just a second. Oops, nope. I don't want new. I want old. There we go. I don't remember if this has times on it or not. We'll have. You can look. But this is a spreadsheet that may help you as well. It not only will help you Texas, but it'll help you in other places in the game. Well, where am I? Where am I? There I am. The Uber sheet. There it is. We must be getting a package delivery. Hercules. Here he comes. What is it, buddy? Hercules, what is it? What is it? What is it? Come here. What is it? Huh? What is it, buddy? What is it? Somebody here? Yeah, somebody here? Oh, you've been asleep. Somebody woke you up. Okay. Okay. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. This is my doorbell. Man. Wow. Okay. Root beer. Yeah. No, he come down. Now, if he runs down the stairs and keeps on barking down here, okay. If he comes in there and keeps on barking, he wants me to come upstairs. But if he barks up there and then comes down here to investigate, he's either coming down here bumming or oh, there's another log. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Let's see what we got here. Put this down. Let's see what we got down the way here. Okay. Don't remember if I fished in there or not. So let's go to the left. Ooh, wow, first pull. Mine. Oh, finish telling you the story. Yard sale. Bought this flat bottom boat. It was green. Had what I thought was black painted inside. Had a trailer, little bitty tires on it, and a Wizard outboard motor. Like I said, it was Sears, and they quit making them in 52, 53, 54, somewhere along in there. So anyhow, I bought it, pulled it home, backed it up in my basement, lived in a duplex backed it up in the garage in the basement, and it was kind of cold, getting chilly for mornings. So I didn't go, oh, now I know where I'm at. I'm back in the big water, aren't I? Oh, see, you get down there, that motor dies. Put it in the basement, didn't use it. Well, a year or so gone by, and I was fishing mainly from the bank, and a buddy of mine was talking about buying a boat. I said, well, I got one. I said, I gave $150 for it at a yard sale. He said, $150. I said, yeah. I said, you can have it for what I paid for it if you want it, if you're interested. He said, sure. Oh, there we go. Red eye. Okay. And what we got here? Trophy. Now those get big. Those go up to 80, 90 pounds. What was the time? Early morning with rubber tree seeds. 90 centimeters. I got to do some converting now. No, I haven't been fishing for them today. But I can. But I go at night. That should be about 40 inches, I guess. How many inches is 90 centimeters? 35 inches. Okay. Oops, I forgot to see what size hook. 4 okay. Well, we'll just drive over there. Get closer. Put, 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 put. So anyhow, he said, yeah, I'll take it. $150? Yeah. So what he did, he bought it, came over and got it, pulled it over to his house, parked in, well, I need to back up a little bit, parked in his backyard, and cleaned it up a little bit. Well, he went and bought him another motor and put on it. And he said that Wizard was an antique. He said it was worth a lot of money as an antique. I said, well, good. I said, then you probably bought you a bargain. He said, I'm thrilled to death with the motor. I said, well, good. So The next summer, he had it all cleaned up, took it down to there's a place down here on the river where they got a little boat launch downtown. He put the boat in, anchor. He put the boat in, brought his son with him. He and Chris going to go do some fishing. And stepped in the boat, and his foot went clean through the bottom of the boat. That wasn't black paint. It was tar. It had a hole in it. A hole in the bottom of the boat. All the way through it. Okay, we're going to see it. And of course, they couldn't go fishing. But I talked to him a week or so later, and I said, hey, did you get your boat? Yeah, I put it in the water. And he told me what happened. All I could do was laugh. And I told him I was sorry that I did. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have sold it to him. He said, it's okay. Because aluminum was a real high price right then. He got over $200 for the scrap aluminum of the boat. He still had the trailer. He bought him another boat later on and used that trailer. And, well, hello, Nunya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So anyhow, he kept that trolling, that old Wizard motor, and said, someday somebody's going to want that, or they're going to need parts for theirs because they don't make them anymore. So that's the last I ever heard about the motor, but I can just imagine what he felt like when he stepped in the boat to get in it, and his foot went through the bottom. Now, why would somebody do that? You know? Why would somebody put tar in the bottom of a boat? The hole was this big. It's not like it was a little hole. So he'd been in that boat and hit a rock or a stump or something in the water that just ripped a hole in the bottom of that boat. And then instead of doing it right, he turned it over and tarred it from that side with a piece of wood or something in there to keep the tar. Then flopped it over when that tar dried, and then tarred it on the inside. But he tarred the whole inside of the boat so nobody would think nothing about it. And when Doyle stuck his foot in there and leg went down through the boat, oh man, I bet it scared him to death. Of course, he and Chris had another interesting experience. He bought a bass boat. Well, he was going to buy it, going to try it out. So the guy said, well, take it down the river and try it out. So he took it down there, put in the water, and they're trucking down below the bridge on the Tennessee River, and he looks down, and his tackle box is floating. And he said, oh, Lord. He turned around, and they barely made it back to the dock where the truck and the trailer was parked. Everything in the boat was floating. The water was like this deep in the boat. And what they had done, yeah, Titanic, he forgot to put the plug, when you go fishing, the water gets in your boat, you pull the plug out and let the water. Well, he forgot to put the plug in there. So every place they stopped, it was getting water in there. And the only thing that kept them above water was the boat was running fast enough that the water was running to the back, and it was going out that plug slowly, not coming in. He bought the boat. He says, a nice boat, so I bought it. He said, I just have to remember to put the drain plug in. See, that one's not as pretty green now. That looks like a real bug. There was a guy that worked for me at the bakery. He was a mechanic when I was an electrician. And for Christmas, his wife bought him a new bullet bass boat. We're talking about $40,000 worth of boat. And he had a Monarch bass boat that he'd been using for a pretty good while. He bought it new. And I was kind of hinting around different people in the bakery. I was looking for a boat so that my son, he was 5 or 6 years old, so we could go fishing. So he came up to the shop one night and he said, hey, I understand you're interested in maybe buying a boat. I said, well, what you got? Well, I got a Monarch 19-foot bass boat with a 65 horse Chrysler motor on it, a trailer. It's got a depth finder, fish finder, 24 volt trolling motors, dual battery, bilge pump, live wells there. And I said, well, when you come to work tonight, bring it in. I'll look at it. He said, well, I'll just do that. So I said, well, how much you want for it? He said, I'll take $2,000. I'll look at it, you know. So he brought it in the next morning when we got off work, walked out to the parking lot. It was beautiful. White with the blue trim around the top of it with the sparklies in it. Seats clean. I mean, it was nice. And I said, well, the motor ran okay. He said, well, let's just take it and put it in the water. I said, okay. So we was talking. We brought it up at my house. There's a slough down here. It's got a boat launch in it. We put it in the water. We drove from the boat launch out to the mouth of the slough that goes into the Tennessee River, which is a quarter of a mile or less. Turned around, came back to the trailer down in, loaded the boat up on a trailer, brought it up to the house. And I said, okay. I said, what's the least you take for it? He said, well, what would you? I don't like to pay what anybody's willing back, what anybody wants. If I save $1, I just, that's just me. So he said, well, I don't know, what would you give? I said, I'd give $1,500 for it. He said, you own it. The trailer was worth $1,500. Here we go. I got one. Yes. So anyhow, I said, yeah, I'll take it for that. Put my anchor down. Can't do it with the rod out. So I said, yeah, I'll take it. So he left it there. I paid him. He took off. A few days later, maybe a week, 10 days, something like that, I decided I was going to put it in the water and go fishing. So I did. Went fishing. Everything worked fine. I didn't have Brett with me. He was in school. Just kind of went out of the slough and did a little fishing. Come back, put the boat on the trailer, strapped it down. Could not hardly pull that thing out of the water. Now, I got a 4x4 V8 truck, and it would not hardly pull it out of the water. I said, good Lord, boat's heavy. Well, maybe it's just because it's an older boat, it's heavy. So I went up to the auto parts store to get something. Came out and looked, there was water everywhere behind that boat. I went and looked. I hadn't put the drain plug in either. There was probably a couple of 100 gallons of water in the bottom of that boat. It had an automatic bilge pump, so it was pumping it out, but it was coming in that boat a whole lot faster than it was pumping out. I noticed when I was coming from the slough back up to the parts store that it was pulling kind of hard, but I didn't think nothing about it. And so I got it home and put a block under the dolly on the trailer so it all drained the water out. And then there were 2 pitons on the back that you tie up the dock or whatever. Put me a drain plug on there with a piece of rope where I would remember put the drain plug in because I had to go back there to untie the latches to let the motor free because it had an electric tilt. I mean, it was a heck of a bass boat. I kept it, I don't know, 10 years or so, but I still had this flat bottom boat that I'd built essentially. I just bought a flat bottom boat, took it, had a console put in it, went over to where they sold bullet bass boats and was looking for a motor. And the guy said, well, I got a bargain for you. And I said, well, what is it? He said, one of my customers, there's another one. All right. A customer had ordered a 25 horse, a short shaft Mercury motor and decided they didn't want it. And if you want it, now it's a $5,000 motor retail. He said, if you want it, I'll let you have it for what I paid for it. And I'm thinking, yeah, okay, what's this going to? He said, I'll take $1,850 for it. That's exactly what I paid for it. I said, I'll take it. Not only that, but he mounted it, mounted the controls and everything in the boat. He didn't have to do that, didn't have to pay for that, which I thought was pretty nice of him. So that's what I fished in for a long time till I got this bass boat. Well, I put an ad in a local traders magazine like thing that goes all over around here that I had a boat for sale. Told them what it was, that I wanted $1,500 for it. I figured if I sell that, and now I had close to $6,000 in that, but I figured if I sold that for 1,500, then I had nothing in this bass boat. Well, this guy and his son came from a little town about 30 miles west of here. Looked at the boat, didn't put it in the water or nothing. Said, "We'll take it." How's the motor run? See, that little motor's like you can crank them up on dry land as long as you don't run very well. So I cranked the motor up. Here's the root beer dog. Yes, root beer time. So I cranked it up and he heard it run. He said, "Yeah, I'll take it." And I had it sitting out on the driveway, and then I had my bass boat sitting back underneath one of those canopies you put over cars or whatever. And he said, "Well, what about that one back there?" And I told him the story. He said, "Well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $3,000 for that one back there, and I'll take this one for $1,500 too." I said, "No, that's the one my son and I fish in. I can't sell that." And he said, "I'll give you $4,500 for it." And I said, "No, I can't do that. I appreciate it." I said, "All I want to do was sell this flat bottom, so I essentially have nothing in the bass boat." And he said, "Well, keep my number, and if you ever want to sell it, let me know, and I'll give you $4,500 for it." I said, "I appreciate it." I never did, so I gave it to a buddy of mine a bunch of years later. But I felt I had nothing in it. He ate his candy, now he's ready to go. Crunch, crunch, crunch. I like to fish. I told my wife yesterday, or this morning we were walking and it was so pretty. I try to walk a mile every morning, except when it's raining. We don't walk when it's raining. And I told her, I said, "It is a little humid, but it is so nice. I need to be up on the river fishing, up below the dam." And she said, "Well, you could." And I said, "Yeah, I sure could. And I may do that. If I do that, I'll take my tablet with me and take some videos of me trying to catch fish there. And you can see the area where I live and where I like to fish. And then I could post them on here. Just something different. I like different, as y'all know. I like different. Whoops, what we got now? Another one? Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Nope, Brycon. What is it, Hercules? What do you want, buddy? Let's try a little bit over here. You know, that's the first grass I've seen, I do believe, in this game. See a lot of stuff. That's the first grass I've seen, or pistia, or whatever this is called. I guess I'll have to hang up on some of it to find out what it's called. But I like fishing, and this is the closest thing that I have found to actually fishing. Hard to beat. My doctor told me to hydrate more, so me old water. I'll have to eat me an early breakfast in the morning. Okay, OG. Take care. We're getting dings. Yeah, I was fishing down the Everglades, and guy came in the room, and we got to chatting. Yeah, me chatting. Can imagine that. So anyhow, we were talking, and he said he was down in Florida in Okeechobee, and they'd called off. He was down there on the pro bass circuit, and said that they'd called off the competition that day because it was raining hard. Now they don't care about the rain, but it was lightning, real bad lightning. So they called off the competition that day and postponed it the next day. And somebody had told him about this game and gave him their username and password or whatever. So anyhow, first time he gets on, he goes to Florida. And the guy told him, just play around with it or whatever. And he said it was amazing that the techniques that he used on a pro bass circuit worked in this game. The lures, the way you present the lures, where to fish and everything. Now, he knows a whole lot more about fishing than I do, but he said it was absolutely amazing that this game was so close to factual and so close to the real thing. That impressed me a lot. Now, he may have been shooting me a line of you know what, but I don't think so because he seemed like a nice guy. And we talked for a pretty good while. My boats, I like the bobbers. I mean, the marker buoys. But like I said, I'm sorry. I disturbed that eagle. But he was just thoroughly impressed and amazed at the accuracy of the way the game played compared to real life fishing. Now around here, most of the time I use what y'all would call a Carolina rig when I'm fishing for catfish. And I don't know when I bought some in the game, but why, I don't know what the difference is, but they would not allow me to equip it on a down rod, which that's exactly what I would want a Carolina rig on. Maybe it's changed now. I don't know, but I like to put my sinker down here in about 2 feet up, maybe 3 feet, depending on the water's the way it's moving and everything, and put me a snelled hook up there with a hook out here and put my bait on it so that sinker stays on the bottom of the river or the lake, and the bait's up here moving free. That's what I like. And then a lot of people around here like the Texas rig. They like to put their sinker up here and then the leader down to the bait so that it flops along the bottom. Different strokes for different folks. I haven't seen any in a long time, but we have some bait around here called Louisiana pink worms. Some call Alabama pink worms. They're about as big as a snake. They're about this long, about as big around my finger. And you just pinch. You literally cannot pull them off a hook hardly. You have to take a pair of pliers and just squeeze it and slide them off the hook. So they're really good for catfish because the catfish will suck a bait off a hook in a heartbeat. But anyhow, you tear off a piece about this long, the worm just crawls around like ain't nothing. Put on the hook, and know it's going to stay there. But you got to be careful. When you break them in two, they ooze some kind of yellow stuff. You cannot wash it off. Not with soap. Not with that orange that you get. If you work on cars, you get grease on that orange with pumice in it. Nothing gets out. You have to rub it off with a rag. You rub and rub and rub before it come off. But fish love it. I took one when I worked out at the Central Soya. I worked in a lab there, and the secretary's name was Connie. Connie was an Amazon. She was a big blonde lady, and she was scared of everything. Well, I took one of them pink worms. She hadn't come into work yet, and I opened her desk drawer and put it in the pencil drawer and closed the drawer back up. And we were real good friends. I wouldn't have done this to somebody that. But anyhow, she came in and I went in there, sat down. We were talking. She opened the door and got a pencil out, closed the door, opened the door and got a stapler or a paper clip or something out, closed the door. Well, the second time that worm started to crawl out and it was hanging down. She didn't see it. And she was doing something. Well, it crawled out enough that it flopped down. It flopped down on her chair between her legs. Literally, she wet the chair. It scared her so bad. She jumped up screaming, and her boss, which was the plant superintendent, come running in there and said, "What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter?" I said, "It's my fault, Pat. It's my fault. It's my fault." And I picked that worm up out of the chair, and he said, "Oh, it's a pink worm." And Connie said, "Oh, oh, oh, oh." And Pat said, "It's a worm. It won't do nothing." And I thought, "Oh, Lord, I done lost my job." There we go. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's see what the proportion is on that one. Holy smokes. Holy ashtrays, Batman. There we go. Get around in the light. There we go. Good picture. Good gravy, good gravy. Thank you, fish. Thank you, fish. Yes, I agree, Rain. Nice catch. No, no, not on the Willie Nelson. That's that y'all arthritic gamer. That's my oldest son. He's 14. No, he's got a son older than that. I'm sorry. He's my buddy though. But that really happened. she was afraid of everything. They had frogs out there that lived down around along the river. And what time was it? 10:50. There we go. I mean, we're talking about frogs. These frogs, seriously, they were humongous. We never fixed any of their frog legs, but they were big old frogs, buddy. They weren't toads either. They were amphibious frogs. So anyhow, one of the guys got one, took it in the control room. You're 14 and a half. But thank you very much, Z. Thank you very much, Rain. Anyhow, they got one and brought it in the control room, put it down on the floor, and then took one of the big brooms and set the broom down on top of it, and then put their arm on it. And somebody called Connie to come out the control room. So she come bebopping out there, you know. And one of the guys said, we've had an argument. And she said, an argument? She said, yeah. I forget what the guy's name, Richard, said that your hands would never fit a broom. Said, we've never seen you do anything. We don't think your hands will fit a broom. Try this broom. Well, he was there with his elbow like this on the broom. She said, no. She knew something was going on. She said, no. So he picked that broom up. She was about 4 feet from the room. He picked that broom up, and that frog jumped right straight at her. Could not have choreographed it any better. Well, there was a big table that they had computers on in the middle of the control room for doing their calculations for how much hydrogen to put in the oil to make it harder. So anyhow, she ran around that table, and that frog chased her, really, around the table. So finally, she went out the door, and one of the guys went over and got it. We thought for sure we was all going to get fired about that too. But we didn't. She didn't tell anybody, but okay. Let's. We got another good place here. Awesome. I like catching big new fish. Oh, first pool. How lucky can we get? See, I'll share that with some of the other people. Nope. 'Tis true. 'Tis true. Let's see what we got here. What we got here now? Oh, there's another one. Oh, it's a red eye. Red eye. It looked like the same till I read it. Okay. And here, trophy red peacock bass with a Dodson fly. I don't think I brought any of those with me. Early morning anyhow. But we know where they're at now. Okay. So let's try down in here somewhere. See what we can do. That's behind us. Okay. There was always something going on out that place. Somebody doing something that we just, oh, anchor. We figured at any time we was all going to get fired. We didn't. We was just lucky, I guess. Things was going on. We raining. All right. Okay, I didn't see this marker. What is this? Oh, yeah, I did. Okay. That's the peacock, isn't it? Okay. See, you stop, kill the motor. Started easier, though. When we going fishing, son? Here you go. Well, I'll tell you, you get down there, that motor just, I think one of the Digel, you've seen her on your FU Digel. She said in a conversation earlier today, well, I'm starting my motor for the 32,000th time. Okay. Ooh, there's some cattails. What is in there? What is in there? Well, that looks promising. My son has really interesting. In a pond? Nick is one of my grandsons. Well, good morning, James. Sorry I didn't notice. Please forgive me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. Not only that, James, but this morning I hit 1,000 subs on YouTube. I thought that was crazy. Who'd have ever thunk it? Yep. Let it all go back. Okay. Catch and release. Got to be something hiding back here. Got to be. Oops, there's just some more, whatever that stuff is. I might have to hook it up, see if that's pistia like in Maku Maku or what it is. We could put a lure, we can put something out there to get hung up. Bring it back real slow. I have to put a lure out there. Yep. Hmm. Hmm. Do you have any kind of lures or spoons, anything like that that you can throw out there? They should hit on the silver. I have no idea what that word is. Rotterd. I don't know what that is, son. That's like chewing bubblegum and walk at the same time. Yeah. I want to get hung up so I can see what those things are called. There we go. Come on. I got them. Okay, pistia. Okay, same thing. All right. Now let's get back to fishing. What size hook do you have on? Try a smaller or bigger hook. Make a little change. Sometimes that's all it takes. Yes. Yes. There you go. See, I told you Wicked knows. I think it's that gold casting spoon, isn't it, Wicked? I think it is. The golden one. That it is. There you go. See, you got two people say it is. So I must have recommended right. You're not liking the seeds here. Let's try our crab. Yeah, out on the main river and the main part of the lake, apparently the current that's supposed to be there won't let this stuff grow. Let's see what the devs are talking about here. Conversation. Well, he's saying that the lures and the sunglasses are going to be on their own update for the real game, and will be coming out soon. You too, Big Daddy. I appreciate that. Enjoy your lunch, and then get back on a computer and teach your son some more school lessons, or let him teach you. Well, they're not liking the crabs right here. So let's try back on here in a corner. Level 20. I would go to Emerald, get that purple quarter-ounce narrow spoon, and fish for walleye. Easy money, quick catch, and morning peaks and all night long, except when it goes down to nothing, any kind of a peak. That's what I would use. He's teaching you, yeah. It's like the father tells his 10-year-old son, "Son, let's sit down and talk about the birds and bees." And he'd sit down, and the kid says, "Okay, Dad, what do you want to know?" It depends. I stayed there when I downloaded the Microsoft version of the game. I stayed there just fishing and catching walleye, and then every once in a while I'd go to night and catch the sauger until I'm in that game. I'm there on level 34, but I've only got $99,000, and I think right close to 100 coins. There's nothing here right now, so Let's try this. Is that it? That's it. Oh, I ain't got very far to cast. But that's what I did. You know, farming doesn't bother me. It's just part of the game, a necessary part of the game. If you want to get farther along in the game, you're going to have to farm. Mm-hmm. I understand that. So, where are you at that you're broke? Are you still in Florida, or are you out looking for somewhere that you can go cheaply? Okay. Hey, that's you got to start somewhere. Every journey starts with the first step. I've heard that all my life. I wonder if a walker might do some good here. What do you think? It's still raining. Might. They might think it's something that got knocked out of a tree. Well, if you use that golden casting spoon, gold colored casting spoon, you'll catch them spotted bass and you'll build that money up pretty good. Walker, I think it's on 5. No, that's a popper. Okay, well we'll just put a walker on this one. Let's try a patriotic walker, just to be different. Mm-hmm. Good. There you go. But you can catch pickerel, spotted bass, a little bit of everything is there with that lure. I work it 2 ways. I work it stop and go, 2 speed, middle water, or 2 speed up, stop and go off the bottom. It'll catch. I've caught crappie with it. I never caught a buffalo with any lure there. See, this one I can try in front of me. I don't have to reel it so far before it gets on top of the water. Whoa. Let's see if he'll walk across the top of the pistia. Now, sometimes big fish lay underneath stuff like that and just wait for something to come sliding along. Or not. Okay. Aha, there we go. I'll take them anytime. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I won't throw money or coins back at any time. I don't know if I can turn around in here or not. We'll have to give it a try. There's somewhere else to go. Oops. That's the end of that road, isn't it? Well, let's back up and see if there's anything in here. Okay, let's try that Waggler first. Still raining. If it gets where I'm boring y'all, let me know and we'll go advance some time and see if we can't catch a big catfish. But because all I'm doing is exploring and see if I can find markers so that when this game goes live, I can't, my markers will disappear, but I can come back into this testing portion and find out where they are, and then I can catch the fish and hand them out again to people that want markers. Learn a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisherman way. Whoops. Am I too deep maybe? Nope, we're good. See if there's anything back there. While that's going on, let me read Z's whisper here if y'all don't mind. Oh, I knew that. Again, I remind everybody that this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we've got a private comp going on that being hosted by Zandra at San Joaquin Delta. It's for hers, mine, and Mike's followers. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oops. I don't know why it's telling me that, but okay, whatever. There's stuff popping up here. I don't know how to clear it. It'll clear itself, I guess. But anyhow, get back down here where I'm fishing. Whoops, there it is. Y'all have to overlook me. My mind wanders sometimes. My son will tell you sometimes it wanders a lot. Let's go see if we can catch a big cat. What do you say? That's what everybody likes to see, I think. Oh, there's got to be a better way to do it than that. I know there is. Travel, 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 it's not that far. It's not that far. It's not that far. Let's see. Go fishing. There we go. It gets dark here when it's raining. Kind of like South America, isn't it? Two pulls. I'm getting stronger or better. You still can't drive a boat though. Should we try for a red tail or gilded? What do you think? We could get in the middle and try for both of them. Let's see what we got here. Here's the gilded, I believe. That's unique. There's the gilded here. So I went to, I thought I marked that one. I guess I didn't. Oh well. I'll just turn around and go back. Because I caught that 142-pound gilded, and I thought I marked it. But obviously I didn't. Red tail. Okay. I got the word from the boss. I like the way this boat turns, I'm telling you. Ooh, stop. Okay. What size hook I got on there? 9/0. Okay. Show y'all what I'm using. I'm using this is one of like a Zava Dora Yoke rod, 11/1. It's got 72-pound, 72.7-pound max line weight. I'm using a Torbolino 11,000 reel, 70.5 max drag. I'm using 0.13 braid, which is 69.5 pound, a 0.16 titanium leader, 69.6, a 9/0 hook, and huge cut bait. And I swear that stuff looks like it's 5 pounds. Okay, let's see what our time looks like. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Oh yeah, 9 o'clock or looks like at 10 o'clock. We'll go to 10 o'clock, and then if that don't do it, we'll go on to 3. And here again, this is like real fishing. This is throw it out there and wait. It's not something that's going to happen in a hurry. Oh, now I can lean back. Well, that's nice. I hope so. Well, I hope I make it as interesting enough that people want to watch. Because people that want to watch, sooner or later, they might become followers. You never know. You never can smell. Maybe they just like to see an old man make a silly of himself. uh, cool. Well, 13 is good too. Hey, I've told y'all before, if I've got somebody here to chat to or chat at or not, I talk to my camera, I talk to the screen, I talk to the fish. I, I like to talk. Well, we got something here. I gilded. That's a start. So we know they're alive and they're, oops, and I know that they're hitting the bait. That gilded, I took a picture of it and put it on my Steam page, and it's not like this. 142 pounds. It wouldn't hold it like this. Now the 174-pound red tail, it did, but that gilded catfish, I'm holding it like this, and it's hanging down, and I'm standing in the water, and half the fish is down in the water towards my feet. Well, thank you, James. I'm having fun, and I hope that the fun that I'm having drifts over onto you as well. That's where I can put it. My wife said, "You going fishing?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Okay." At least you know. I tell you, down below the dam, you fall in there with all that boiling water, you got problems. You fall. Chances are, you fall in the water down there, you ain't coming out, not alive. So they built sidewalks down there, I think, for that very reason. The sidewalks are about 5 feet wide, and you can stand on the sidewalk. There a lot of times when it's raining real hard and they let a lot of water through the locks, it'll come up over the sidewalk. And you have to fish from the rocks, but the fish usually aren't biting when there's that much water. If they let the water down, the fish don't bite at all. I mean, you can't throw nothing. You couldn't throw a gunny sack out there and catch fish. But when I worked out at that lab, which was I drove right past the fishing area, or the road that goes down the fishing area, every Sunday morning. Sunday morning when everybody's not up, they're not up getting ready, taking showers and whatever, getting cooking, getting ready to go to church early. I went to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, so at 6:30, 6:15, I drive by there, and I would go down on the riverbank down there, down on below the dam, and the water would be down a good 15 or 20 feet, and I'd walk along picking up lures and lead and hooks. Just and have to buy any for a long, long time. All them rocks down there, people get them lures hung up, they didn't care, cut the line. Now I did a lot of that too. I pick up a lot of backlashes because when the water's down like that, you try to clean up an area you want to fish in so you don't lose your gear. And I clean up some too. So I like to fish. I really do. I went there one winter morning. Man, it was cold. I had on a big car length corduroy coat and my toboggan and a scarf. It was cold. So I thought, well, I was going in on a second shift then. I thought, well, I might as well, fish for a little bit. I got a little time. So I went down there, walked down the sidewalk around the ways, and cast out there the first time, reeled it back in, didn't catch anything. Cast out there the second time, it didn't quite go as far. Look at that money. Money and XP on a trophy. Nice fish. Nice fish. So anyhow, I threw out there the second time. It didn't go as far. I thought, well, maybe I didn't let go of the line right with my finger. Didn't think nothing about it. The third time I go to cast it, it didn't go anywhere. And I looked at my reel. I always use spin around. I looked at my reel. No, that's good. I looked up the end and the lure was hanging down. Then I looked at the guides. All the guides were solid ice. They'd froze. I looked at the rod and I said, What in the world are you doing here? I went back up the steps, got my car, and went on to work. I have never had that happen before or after where I cast out and nothing, and the guides were all froze up with ice. I like to fish. And now in Tennessee, once you hit 65, you get a permanent fishing license that's good for the rest of your life for $5. And it comes in from the state in the form of like a credit card. It's plastic. You couldn't destroy it hardly if you wanted to, but it's good for the rest of your life. And you know how many times I've been fishing? 7 years. 2 times. That's a shame, isn't it? It's like things that you want to do, not making time to do it. Been spending time with my wife, my family. That's important too. Always make time for family. When your children get older and they're gone, you can't buy that time that you lost. You can never replace it. It's gone. So always make time for kids. Always make time for your family. And Rob will tell you, arthritic gamer, that I used to correct my children when I was angry at them. And as I got older, I learned a little bit better. I don't, my 2 younger ones, I would not correct them when I was angry. I'd wait till I cooled down. Because when you're angry, you say things that really don't fit the time or fit the scale. And once you say a word, it's out there. There's nothing you can do to bring it back. Thank you, son. 2 bits, 4 bits, 6 bits a dollar. All for whoever. Stand up and holler. I don't know what the 100 means. Sorry. But there's something here on my stream manager that I don't know what it is. It's up there at the top, and I can't get rid of it. So I guess it'll get rid of itself. 103, whatever 103 is. Arthritic Gamers 103. But thank you, son. I appreciate it. Well, we're going to wait till 45, and then we're going to go to 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, thank you, son. You giving back to the old man. Thank you, thank you. He does. He's helped me a lot, believe me. I ain't going to wait no longer. We'll just move on. We'll go to the next time. Had a request for red tail. Let's see if we can catch a red tail. A red tail light. Well, thank you. I don't know how to do that, so, I'm sure Brett could show me. Man, I tried to set all this up on Streamlabs OBS this morning and some last night. And my head went like this, and it didn't happen. I couldn't get anything to work right, so I just went to bed. I got up this morning and piddled with it a little bit, and I said, nah, I just go on to regular OBS. So I'd hate to get in the middle of a stream and everything go cattywampus. Or sideways or whatever. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come to Papa. Come on, Grandpa. Grab a hook. Grab a hook. So I could put a 3-aught or 4 on her and I'd catch little whisker or sorbin. Catch big fish, need a big hook. Most of the time. Some of the time. Okay. See you later, son. Take care. Love you, buddy. That's the father of my 5 grandsons and the grandfather of my, I think it's 5 great-grandchildren. I think that's right. I don't get to see them, so. Bid's going to bed. Well, come on, Red Tail. Where are you? Let's put my favorite hook on. My favorite hook is a 6-aught. See if maybe that don't wake things up a little bit. I like a 6-aught barbless so I get more XP and money, or more XP anyhow. So let's see if it'll wake them up with a smaller hook. Wake something up. It's going to tell me how deep it is this time. Nope, sometimes it do, sometimes it don't. Hey, Mikey. It has. Well, I hope you're working good. I hit 200 followers last night, Mike. Big Legit rated me. Yeah, wakey wakey fishes. Big Legit rated me with 45 people, and 14 of them followed me, which was absolutely marvelous, and put me over 200. And then this morning I had 3 people subscribe on YouTube, and I hit 1,000 subscribers. Yeehaw! That and a quarter. No, I can't say that no more. That and $1 will get me a cup of cheap coffee. But I'm proud of it. It don't mean nothing to anybody but me, but I'm proud of it. That means I might be doing something a little bit right. Are you out there this morning? Usually it's around 3:30, between 3:30 and 4 o'clock when it seems that the red tails hit. So you got to start and wait. Just remember what I tell y'all. P, 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 P. P, 4 P's. Practice, patience, persistence will produce results. In real life or on this game. Sometimes you just have to be patient. Oh, and not go to sleep. We got a little something. Sorbin or ripsaw? A silver croaker. That big old, the bait weighed more than the fish. They are a nuisance here. And they will eat your bait in a heartbeat. But at least it's a fish. Zambra woke it up. Z did her thing and woke up the croaker. I forgot to say it. Z, tell your mom and dad I said hello. If you would be so kind. See, with whatever this other stuff is up here at the top, and we got something a little bigger. See, that 6/0 hook wakes them up. A ripsaw. Insomniac, yeah. Well, I want to catch this. Thank you, ma'am. I want to catch this red tail for wicked. Good, good, good. Oh, what have we got? What have we got? What have we got? I just about to say I'm gonna catch a red tail for wicked, and I'm gonna eat me some lunch. I believe we got it. Man, we should have my anchor up. We'd go for a ride. Z, why didn't you tell me to put my anchor up? Well, that's not good. I'm sorry to hear that. But I guarantee you she's in my prayers. That's my way of fighting a big fish, y'all. I let the reel strength go down, and then I tap that right mouse button just as fast as I can. Tap, 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 tap. Sometimes I gain distance, sometimes I don't. Well, you're more than welcome. I know this don't mean much to all y'all, the viewers and followers, but I pray for all of y'all every night that you stay safe from the COVID. Stay safe and well. I believe we got decent fish on here, Wicked. I believe it'll go over 100 pounds at least. Nah, maybe not. It came in too quick, really. But it was a nice fish. Okay. Let's see what kind of picture that's going to take. Hey, pretty decent. Pretty decent. You know what I'm going to do now, though? I'm going to raise my anchor. So I got to get rid of the rod so I can raise the anchor. We catch another big old red tail like that, we can go for a ride. You'll get one. You're like me, you're going to farm. You're going to farm until you can get here. I don't know how to close that up. That wasn't big enough, Wicked. That was the wrong kind of cat anyhow. The 105 I caught was just barely after 4 o'clock. But the 174 was right around 3:30, so maybe we'll catch something in between. Going for a ride? Are we going for a ride? Nope. Got to start my motor back up. Back up just a touch. So I got room for my line to reach the bottom, or my bait to reach the bottom. Let's see if the light will wake them up. Wake up, little fishes, wake up, do. Wake up, little fishes, wake up. There you go. Remember when you first log in, when it goes live, the discovery, you can get, if you've got the bait coins, you can get some pretty decent stuff for the 175 bait coins. I think that's comes with the sunglasses and other stuff. And the sunglasses, the least expensive pair that I like, I think they're 190 bait coins. So you get a discount on them anyhow, if nothing else. And you get some other stuff with it. Well, you're going to have to excuse me for just a minute. I'll be right back. Thank you for your patience. Sorry. Back to the catfish. Oops, that's a little short. That won't make it to the bottom. That didn't make any difference, did it? That one did. Oh, could it be? Could it be? There you go. It's a trophy. It's not a huge one, Wicked, but it's what you asked for. Can't get a better picture in the dark. Get a picture from below. See there? We can look through the boat. What do you think? Uh, Thank you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you, Rain. Not a huge one, but it's green. Not yellow, but it's green. It's too bad we don't have a light that we can put on our camera to take that picture so it'd show up better. Shows up better in the day, but they hardly catch during the day. I wonder if I just hang on to it there, will the time keep on running? I'm gonna find out here in just a minute. Yep, it does. So if you got a really big one and you caught it at night, you just let it hang there on the hook until you walk away, do whatever you want to do, and let the time run on. So when you come back, it's daylight, so that you can take a real good picture of it. uh, Took us for a little ride. A little ride. Let's try 401. We ought to be getting daylight here in just a second. Not raining. It's not raining, rain. Turn the light on, rain. See what goes. There it is. Mm-hmm. When the moon hits your eye like a bigger piece of pie, that's amore. Okay. Well, we caught the one I wanted to. We're going to fish for a little while, and I'll go eat me some lunch. Go launch some lunch. And thank y'all for sticking with me. I know some of it was absolutely boring, but that's what happens when you experiment and investigate. Find little pockets like that uni tumbler, the big gray one. If we had an investigator or tried something, we never would have caught it. And that's the first one of those I'd caught, so that's pretty cool. So when you come down here, investigate. Oh no, 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 no. I'm sorry, I have to disagree. I've been playing it for almost 3 years, and it's not boring. Not to me. It's like moving upward and onward. Okay, that's fine. Everybody is. Yeah, he's 5 years ago. Uh, everybody is has a right to their own opinion, and I won't fault you that. That's your right. But there's so many nuances to the game because you can never catch every fish in every place that's available in the game. Okay, that's all right. I still like it, and evidently 16 other viewers plus whoever's in the chat room, they must like it too, or they wouldn't be here. So try farming. If you don't like fishing anymore, try farming. Thank you for the follow, Try Hard. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It's closer to real fishing, yeah. You gotta find them. It's just like I used to be able to go to St. Croix and I knew I was going to catch a clear muskie between 5 and 6, and then I could go to down by Pike Alley and I could catch a regular muskie between 6 and 7, and then I could go over on Sandy and catch a tiger muskie between 8 and 9. No, that's your opinion. That's just. Hey, Cutlass, how you doing, buddy? But this, for me, it's still fun. Let me see what I can do here. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Well, that's not what I wanted. Let's try a different one. Come on, where you at? There you are. Well, I guess that's one I have to live with. Okay, I'll just live with it. Get my chat back. Okay, I got my chat back now. Okay. Funny, usually it's, oh, do I have my sunglasses on? Yep. I was going to say it's usually lightens up at 4 o'clock. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Got half a net, half a net, half a net, half a net onward. Let's try one thing before I go. A crab at maximum depths. Now it says 98 inches. Wow, it changed because the other day it was 198 inches. Interesting. Interesting. They've changed that. That's a significant difference. The leader length changed from, I wish I could type. I do a lot of correcting. The leader length has changed. L-E-T-E-S-T. Can't spell either. L-E-A-S-D-E-R? Okay. The leader length has changed in the CBT from 198 inch to only 98 inches. Was that part of the latest update? Okay. I don't know. I'll find out. Let me put a Waggler on. You might have something there. Yep. Way to go, Z. Hello, Gordo. How are you doing today? Way to go, Z. Boy, that lady is smart. Now I go back in and apologize. Okay. Don't you dare catch fish. I'm doing fine, buddy. I'm fixing to go eat me some lunch. Let me see. What I'll do is I'll see who's online, see if we can raid somebody. Raid somebody that does not speak in forked tongues, if you know what I mean. Do any of y'all that's either in chat or viewing, do any of y'all play the farming simulator? I moved my rod, didn't I? Sometime during all that. Or move my zoom. Yeah, a little difference between 17 and 54. Here we go. Yes. Cool. I've never played it. I grew up on a farm from the time I was in the fourth grade, fourth through seventh grade, 3 or 4 years. Now, I used to help every summer on my stepmother's father's farm. That's where I learned a lot of things. I learned what not to do. I got my tail whooped a bunch. But I'd have got that anyhow. Yeah, it's hard work. Like I said before, it was nothing when it come hay baling time for us to bale 10,000 bales. And when we get done baling, but 5 o'clock it changed. I called him Granddaddy for my stepmother's daddy. I called him Granddaddy. When I got through baling for him, then I went over to his brother's farm, which is across the street, and we baled hay for him. What are mods? Got models or different machines, or what do you mean, hillbilly? See, y'all talking to a computer illiterate, remember? I Now a game that I didn't. I drove my own truck for 13 years too. One of 18 wheelers, straight job all over the country. And Cutlass likes to play the. I don't know what the name of the game is. He drives an 18 wheeler and delivers loads and whatever, and likes to run over stuff on the side of the road. Okay. Now, do you have to buy those? Can you buy them with in-game money, or do you have to pay real cash for them? But I saw a guy one day loading grain out of an area beside a barn. Oh, okay, good. That's good to know. Hey, ain't nothing run like a deer. Except Granddaddy's A model, B model. The A model was it was okay, but it had a lot of play in the steering wheel. Okay, this is the truth. A model, it had a knob on the steering wheel for a reason. And I don't know why he never got it fixed, because that's the one we pulled the hay wagons from the field back to the barn with. If you were going straight, it was a turn and a half to keep it going straight. Because the front tire, two tires, they're close together. They do this, anything in the road. And it was a turn and a half till you caught again where you could straighten it back up. Alice Chalmer, yeah, but ain't nothing run like a deer. Granddaddy had two farmalls that he had them bored and stroked, and they would pull an 8-bottom plow in fourth gear. I mean, buddy, you could do some plowing. Man, we had 720 acres. It's not something you want to do and spend 2 weeks doing. If you've ever been on a farm, you have to know what kind of torque it takes to pull an 8-bottom plow in fourth gear. Yeah. Then he had a Massey Ferguson. The front tires are like this far apart. It looked like a frog. And then the A model and the B model. His favorite was a Massey Ferguson. And the farmhand, Clarence, he liked the farmalls because he get some work done. And one farm when I was in the third grade, third and fourth grade, I believe it was. Mom and Dad drove trucks, so we had to live somewhere, stay somewhere when they were out of town. So she put us over to this farm with these people. Their last name is Baker, and they had a lot of cows. That's where I learned how to strip cows. And they had an old John Deere that there was none of this and none of this. Had a clutch on the side. If your steering wheel was down here on the left side, and the way you started that, you grab both sides of that clutch and just give it a spin. And that's the way you started that tractor. Whatever works. And then my stepdad was thinking about buying an old tractor just for the heck of it. And it had a crank. And the way he'd crank it, see, I had to go like this. I wasn't very large. But he'd go, and get it going, and it'd fire right up. But it'd take me forever, one kick at a time to get it going. But he'd go one round and get it going. About the fourth time, he's going round, 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 and it'd fire off. He didn't buy it, but it was fun to mess with. Well, I guess I'm gonna go eat me some lunch. Let's see who I can get y'all to raid with. I hope it's somebody. Let me see who's on live. Bear with me, please. Daddy-O. There we go. What's Daddy-O playing? Is he fishing today? No, he doing some submarines or something. Ventura, to see what he's fishing. Oh, he's fishing. Okay. That's a good guy. I got his name written down here again. There it is. Okay. I know who we're going to raid now. Okay. It's Ventir, Ventir 95. And you'll like him. He's a good guy. and I will be back shortly. I'm gonna eat some lunch, and then I gotta go to collection. So it's one. I'll probably be back around 3 or so. So enjoy. Venturi's a good guy. He really is. So let's see what can happen. Uh-oh, I've hit the wrong one. I didn't hit this. Whoa, what just happened there? Shift, exclamation point. There we go. No, that's not it either. It's this. Ha ha ha. See, I'm still new. Sorry, that ain't gonna get it. But this is a family channel, and I'm sorry about your name. I know you like it, but I can't have that here. I apologize. So there you are. I hope y'all went to raid, went to. It doesn't say that you rated him, but I hope y'all went to Venter 95. Oh, spelled it wrong. That would figure, wouldn't it? Just like typing. IAR. There we go. There you go. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thanks again. I'll see y'all in a couple hours. That'll probably lose me a follower. I think he's probably one of my followers, but I can't. Yeah, I could Wicked. That's why I banned him. Well, yeah. It was not good. It was a bad. Yes, I agree. So, y'all in Venter, I've fished with him and I've listened to him. Hey, dude, how's it going, man? I'm fixing to head out. I'm just gonna let this run, and I guess all the people that went to raid Ventura, I don't know if they're. See, I don't really know how this works. I know I raided him, but are y'all still here, or did you go over to his game, or what? I don't really know how that works. I know I've been raided a few times, but I don't know how it works. Well, he was live just a minute ago because, huh? Well, because he was searching through his lines. He had one viewer, and he was searching through his reels to find out what he wanted to put on. I don't think it was a video, and when I checked, it said live. So let me look again. Nope, he's not live now. He must have quit. Well, that was most unfortunate timing. And Daddy-O, the other one that I would probably send you to raid, is playing some kind of a submarine game. So I'll be back later. Y'all take care. And I'll remember, we will get through this together by the grace of God. So God bless y'all. God bless you and your family. Catch a bunch of fish, a bunch of big ones, learn a little bit and pass it on. Help somebody else. So this is Double Talk 73, your fishing friend, saying, I'll catch you later. So y'all come back now, you hear?